Hey, what's up, everybody, and welcome back to Thoughts to Think About. I'm Liz.
I'm Reid.
And I'm Efrain.
We've got some thoughts for you to think about today.
I'm back, baby. I am back.
Oh, yeah.
How's it been? Y'all miss me? Y'all miss me a whole lot?
No.
What about you?
No.
Literally, do not miss you at all.
Please.
Whittly did the gwitty.
I don't know what that
He has
is.
no clue what
is this?
I mean, as everything right now.
Is this
it's a
TikTok?
Yes,
Yeah.
It's
of
just
course.
like a kid, how they don't say the L's.
It's just like kid voice, you know.
It's
like,
not from like a specific video.
Not necessarily. It's just like
No.
iPad kid, general iPad kid vibe,
Yeah.
you know, just like I'm literally playing Among Us right now and doing the gwitty.
Whittly saw him doing the gwitty.
Yeah, so that's pretty much the thing.
What?
You're welcome. Anybody who didn't know that, sorry to welcome you into TikTok insanity. I'm back. This is what happens when Efrain's back, is we talk about
Basically.
stupid TikToks. This is all that I have to offer the
He's
podcast.
been on paternity
Honestly,
for 10
yeah.
weeks and he's only watched TikToks.
That's all I've done. That's all I've done. What else am I gonna do? I'm feeding the kids. You know, that's
Just
That's-
scrolling.
TikTok time right there.
They're getting prime education.
Yeah. So
So young.
honestly, yeah, I think about that. So obviously, I had children. I had two children.
They
two of
came
them.
out of you?
No, but like in a way. So they you started that.
He's not wrong. I mean,
but-
technically,
But no, my wife bore two sons to me.
So aggressive.
And no, it's awesome. And so yeah, they were 7.5 weeks premature, I think is what it was. I think is the age. And so they were widow guys.
Widowy.
Widow guys.
So widow.
So widow. That's awful. So
about to just clock out.
It's just so nice to not be ganged up on.
You're welcome. You were never
you're
ganged up on.
welcome.
Oh, okay.
It's your turn, Reid.
We won't go back.
Yeah. So they were pretty little guys, and so they were in the hospital for an extra like 2 weeks. I want to say it really wasn't that long. I think it was only 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And so they've been home now for like a month and a half. They're about 2 months old, and so so we feed them.
That's so good.
It's
I'm
good.
so glad.
It's good. We try to be decent parents and feed our children.
Must be very difficult for you.
It's tough. It's really tough. No lie. But yeah, so when I feed them, every now and then, it's TikTok time, and I'll throw. But it's really funny because I'll have them kind of like sat up against my knee, and I'm feeding them, and then I have my phone like kind of next to them, and so I think about that a lot. Of like, are they taking this stuff in? This
Yeah,
is going
for
into their
sure.
brain.
For sure.
Like this stupidity. And then I send you creepy TikToks
You
all
sure
the time.
do. Yeah.
It's one of my favorite things. Is I just send her like scary TikToks.
Yeah. These deep, like, conspiracy, for sure we're in a Black Mirror episode, TikToks, and, like, creepy, weird AI things. And TikTok has, like, bore a hole into my brain. And so I'm, like, pulling back a lot and taking a break and, like, actually, like, using the time restraints that I have.
Good for you.
Thank you, growth. So I'm only allowed like 45 minutes a day.
Right.
And
Still a long time.
It's still a long time,
Yeah.
but that whole time is spent like catching up on all the TikToks that people send me.
That's it. Yeah, that's
And
all you
I
have time
always save Efrain's for last because I'm like, oh, God, what is going to be
scared of
in
him.
here? And it's normally like at night when I can actually get on. So I'm like, I got to change up the time because it's like dark and
for.
creepy.
There's always a creepy thing.
Ugh.
There's a trend right now where it's like there's like clones or like these creatures that mimic your faces or
Yes.
something like that.
Okay.
And so it's like people have started getting this style, started reproducing this style where it's like really grainy. It almost looks like a bad VHS tape. And so they're like walking around their house, and then suddenly there's like a dark corner and you see like it's them, but they're making like a really creepy face somehow. And so I send her those all the time.
Weird.
And I know she's going to hate it. It's
Yeah,
awesome.
it's true.
Yeah.
My friend, texted me a link to TikTok, like to a
Cute.
specific TikTok video.
Right,
Yeah.
So I opened it up. I have TikTok on my phone. I just never use it. And so I opened it, and I had 13 messages on TikTok. I don't know. I didn't even look.
Oh my gosh.
I watched the TikTok
What a jerk.
he sent me, and then I closed it. I was like,
I think they could have been from me, you know?
Could have been.
it might have been. I don't know. You know I don't use it, so that's on you.
Well, I mean, I wanted
Yeah,
to share.
Efrain, you
some
know he
things
doesn't use it.
Yeah, screw me for wanting to share
Yeah.
and connect with you over
Share a
something I
laugh.
think is entertaining,
Just text
or
me,
chuckle.
informational.
I see
you know?
you like all the time. So
whatever,
Good
man.
Lord.
Yeah. It's
That's
like, yeah,
enough.
bro, I see you
It's
enough.
enough.
I don't need your TikToks.
I mean, yeah. And he's just gonna tell me about him later.
Yeah,
Just
yeah,
tell me
you're
about it on
not
the
wrong.
podcast. It doesn't matter. What a jerk.
I think my sister and I are on the same algorithm though on Instagram.
Algorithm.
Yeah,
Cool guy.
she will send me like the last couple of days. She's been sending me
It was not funny, but it just keeps building.
his name.
Algorithm.
Yeah. That's the guy that works for Instagram and TikTok. Just crazy. Liz is
He's
about
the
to
one that
cry.
sends you
She
TikToks.
can't stop.
It's the cat. It's the cat at the keyboard. Go ahead.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
no, yeah. Get down. Sorry, that was pre-recording.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so she keeps sending me Instagram reels that I watched like the day before. And so like, but seriously, it's not like one or two, it's like 15. Like
Yeah.
the next day she sends me the reel and I'm like, oh, we're like on the same algorithm right now.
I'll do that with my brother. Well, really, it's me to my brother because I'll send him all kind of TikToks and then he does not watch them forever. So I've sent him
I
like
give up
30
sending him things.
TikToks and he hasn't like reacted or to any of them. Yeah, I mean, a while back we talked about like restricting our TikTok time, like a while back, and I set restrictions on it. You know,
Blew right through them.
well,
They're gone.
honestly, it was pretty good for a long time, and then I had kids and was literally just sitting around a ton,
What
and
are
I was
we?
like. I mean, seriously, we were just sitting in the hospital when they were in the NICU or just
Yeah.
feeding them or whatever. And so I was like, man, this is my dad time, bro. Like, I'm going to watch some TikToks. And
What
so
did people do before TikTok? Like,
Read books.
So, yeah. So that's kind of getting me to where I'm at. So, like, I've gotten to that point, right, where I'm just, like, scrolling way too much. So I've started reading books again
Yeah,
and
that's good.
doing different stuff. I started, like, Goodreads does a reading challenge thing every year. And so I've committed to... I think 24 books this year, which is not a lot of books to like
No,
a
but
reader.
to like straight out the gate, like jumpstart reading again, like that's
Right.
pretty good. Two
Yeah,
a month.
I mean,
2
yeah,
books a
2 a
month,
month.
you know, like, and I'm a super slow reader, and I haven't really gotten into the audiobook thing because it's really tough for me to like focus on a book. It's easier to focus on a podcast, I think, because it's like a conversation most of the time.
Yeah.
You
Right.
can kind of zone out and come back in. You're like, you know, it's like a real conversation, or at
Yeah.
least that's what mine are like.
You're so true. You're
That's
so
what mine
true.
are like.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it feels easier in a podcast, but in a book, it's just tough to like really listen. So I'm like a slow reader, so it's taking me a long time to read these books. But 2 a month I feel like it's doable. And when I'm feeding them
Yeah.
throughout the day and reading a book, like it works out.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's doing the same thing. So
What has been the like craziest thing that like has blown your mind about parenthood or like baby life?
parenthood and baby life,
And or.
being and or.
Like
Just whatever.
Yeah, that realm.
Yeah. I mean, I knew it was expensive because you're prepping for the babies, so you're like buying stuff. I guess maybe it still even surprised me how much, like how many diapers you go through with twins. Like I knew it would be a lot, but it's like a lot.
Right.
Like it's crazy. Like we're just so we have a little I'm like pushing this. We have like a little crate like right up on our little dresser where we have our changing pad and it's got diapers and like you know, butt paste or whatever. That
excuse
kind of stuff. Reid, don't act like you're not
Or,
familiar
like,
with some
diaper
butt paste, my
rash.
man.
But it's literally the brand. But ew, you spat on me.
What is
This
happening?
is great. I'm back, baby.
Butt paste is a
yeah.
brand of like
Diaper rash cream.
It's like
Okay.
cream, butt
Yeah.
cream. Like you got your
Yeah,
you got the
cream.
butt powder. What do you call it? What is it?
Baby powder.
Baby powder.
Okay.
You got some.
I can't wait for Reid to have.
You're like an athlete, don't you? Like you got powder, and you're like,
use butt cream.
Nah, I mean,
Just in the dugout. Anybody need some butt paste? Anybody, anybody got some butt paste I can borrow? I left my butt paste at home.
I got you.
I found a sale on
Hey,
that
can you
butt
just go
paste.
ahead and put it on for me?
Can somebody apply? Oh man, but
Like-
Having a hard
But-
time reaching. My arm is hurting.
Oh jeez, you're pitching today.
Too far.
It's too far.
Yeah,
Way
yeah,
too far.
you took it a little too far.
But so we have all these like things in a little crate with for diaper time,
Right.
Mm-hmm.
and it's like full of diapers. There's like a ton
Right.
of diapers, and then by the end of the day, it's basically empty.
Refill
In a
it daily.
day, it's wild how many diapers we go through.
You could always do washable diapers.
No, that's so nasty, dude.
Ew,
You
I
save
don't think
money
I could
though,
do it.
right?
Yeah, you do.
You
Just
like-
pop on a podcast.
You would hand wash those bad boys?
I
You
mean, what
throw
else do you do with them?
You throw them
Throw
in
'em
the washing machine.
Washing machine, man.
Yeah, just pop podcast on.
Yeah, same thing. Bro, you were like ready to dive in. Hands first. Hand washing some.
Anything for your kid, right?
I mean, yeah, but that's pretty gross.
I've babysat kids before that did like the cloth diapers, the reusable ones. It was bad.
That's
It was bad
honestly
news.
like, did you get like a bonus for that? Or like, did they warn you beforehand?
No.
Bro,
No.
I mean, because that's like hazard pay or something. You need something.
if you or a loved one has been affected by it. Yeah,
You've
no.
been ambushed by
It
washable
was like
diapers.
it was shocking. Like you go to change and you're like, oh, okay. And then it's just like, what do I do? Like I know you're saving, sort of like helping the environment, but like in
Sort of.
reality,
I mean,
are
like
you?
it's good for
Yes.
sure. Like you're definitely
Yes.
it's
At this
definitely not
point in the
wasteful.
world.
Right. It's definitely not wasteful. It's definitely like, less money. What?
No, her.
I said at this point,
Oh,
like
just,
where
like,
we're
give it up.
at, like
Yeah, I mean, the
That's
world
like
is pretty
YOLO.
much doomed. So, like,
screwed.
why
What
should
do we
we
need to
try?
do?
Right?
What am
Like,
I supposed to do? Yeah, that's hilarious.
that's why I throw my garbage in the ocean.
you just drive an hour like
Once a
multiple
week.
times a day. just chunk
Well,
in.
yeah, who cares about
Chunking
the
in
gas?
Galveston.
Once a
right?
week, load up the truck full of trash bags and just toss them out there. Go to the seawall.
Yeah, I aim for a dolphin. I mean, who cares, right?
I take my canned things and specifically place them around the turtles.
Oh no,
the little rings. God,
I take my
just
plastic
save you a
straws.
step.
too far.
We do not condone anything that
on
has
this
just been
podcast.
said.
No, but I'm very visco, so it's fine.
Your hydro flasks. He's a visco girl. Did you teach him that?
I guess, but
No,
is that
I-
his thing
I
now?
learned
Is he a Visco girl?
No.
Where did you learn this?
Well, I guess he's transitioned from like Christian Girl Autumn now to Visco Girl because it's almost summer.
Summer,
Yeah.
yeah. Visco boy summer. So
Ew.
Lord.
So there's that. Having twins is like a lot. Like it's a lot, having two
What?
babies at once. It's pretty crazy. They're preemies, so they had, little extra things, but it's good. It's really good. One thing that we talk about, what?
just thinking about in the office. On the office when Mindy, not Mindy. Her name is Kelly. Kelly is she's dating that doctor.
At the
That
end.
doctor.
Yeah.
At the very end.
Oh,
And-
okay.
and he's like
And don't they
he
have, like,
works
a
with
kid?
he works with
Oh yeah.
he works with premature
Babies.
Oh, I forgot
No,
about
Ryan
that.
has a kid.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
But they work with he works with premature babies, and Kelly calls them uggos.
He's like, honey, they're premature, and she's like, yeah, they're really ugly.
So he's
I
like
don't-
preemies, and I immediately thought,
Is that
of
the last episode?
I think it is.
Dang, I don't
Yeah, it
remember that
is,
at all.
yeah.
It's been so long since I've watched the end. Reid, how would you rate the look of my sons fresh out the gate?
Well, yesterday I did say one of them had alien eyes. So
The entire time he's just like,
Yeah.
Got those big old eyes.
I
man.
was like,
He does that a lot.
I pointed to your brother and I was like, same.
That's you, bro.
That's the same. He gets so mad every time.
Yeah. Yeah, so what would you? Yeah,
You're
the
gonna
10.
make me do that.
Yeah, you're not getting out of this.
Like when they were first born. or
Yeah,
like right
fresh-
now?
fresh out the
Like,
gate.
fresh
It's
out-
your
like,
opinion.
Like
Oh no.
like low.
Like low.
Like I mean, okay.
What
I'm
do
sorry.
we- Whoa.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
All human babies are just kind of ugly.
Fresh, like
all
fresh.
human babies are ugly.
Yeah.
And then when they're premature, it's like not getting any help there. You need to go back in the oven, cook a little bit longer.
Yeah, you know, Meredith, I think I've said this on the podcast before, but Meredith, when we would see babies, would just, if she sees an ugly baby, she
calls it out.
She calls it out. And
Yeah.
it's usually, a fresh, like, brand new baby. Right. So she'll call them ugly or whatever. And so forever, I was like, we're going to have ugly babies because you keep talking about ugly babies. Like, that's not cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they weren't like, it's okay. It's fine. They weren't like super cute right out the gate. It's okay. He's like, bro, they're like, it's like a
love them.
1, bro. Come on, be honest. Be honest.
I mean, they're my nephews, so like, I gotta be nice, right?
Yeah, we'll show them this episode. It's okay.
10 years down the line.
In their like prime teen
Yeah.
era.
Like, what's an MP3?
What? What's a podcast?
I have to use like something physical, like just upload it to my brain.
Dude, I can't even imagine like what technology is gonna be like when they're that age. Oh crap, they're gonna
Just
have the
watch-
Neuralink. Like,
Just watch one of your freaking TikToks that you sent me, and
that's
there's
a good
your
point.
answer.
Yeah,
Golly.
yeah.
Yeah, post-apocalyptic. They're gonna be back to.
Well, maybe they'll like take us there because that's all they're listening to when I feed them is these post-apocalyptic future conspiracy TikToks.
Your
They're
children are the hope for the future.
They're the hope. Oh,
You're-
I was
because
thinking
you're-
like the doom of the
Oh,
future.
never
but
mind.
yeah.
Doom. Yeah.
Yeah,
They're
but-
like Joseph Stalin, Adolf Hitler.
Yeah, exactly.
Benito Mussolini.
Oh
you know?
gosh. Yeah,
All
I think
dictators.
I think I'm
Remember,
happier
Those
if
are
they're
your
the hope.
nephews.
Yeah, little neffs.
Not my kids though.
Yeah, not my kid. Oh man.
Wow.
Oh man. Oh man. Yeah, but it's been a good time. It's wild. You have any other questions about baby life? Things you've always wanted to know? Okay. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, silence, crickets. I have a quick story that I want to share. It only like adjacently.
Did you
Okay.
tease this before? Is this the story that you were teasing before?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
People keep doing this to me on this podcast where they've got stories and they are like, "Hey, I'm going to tell a story on the podcast,"
But I'm
you
saving it
can't
for the
know
podcast,
What
yeah.
it is? Like, why?
Listen, you
Why
start
do
a
that?
you start a podcast, and that's what you got to deal with. Okay.
Well, the thing that is so frustrating is we all hang out outside of this.
Yeah.
So there are things that I'm like, I want to tell them because it's so funny, but I can't.
It's
'cause
okay to like have friendship though. Like
No, it needs to be
Look.
recorded and live and
podcast
learned-
friendship. That's it. That's
If
the
I've
only two
learned
options.
anything from society, it's that we have to record everything.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right. Exactly.
Always.
yeah. But some stories like are just so funny that I want to capture y'all's like
Yeah.
raw reaction,
For forever. It's
Forever.
recorded for the internet forever.
Forever.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, what's your story?
So I have a quick story, only adjacently related to having kids. But the other
hurry
day, I was there was a prayer event happening at the church, and so I had to be up here at 6. And so I was like, okay, hopping out of bed. I'm tired. I stay up late feeding the babies, and so I'm kind of tired out of it. I'm stumbling around in the dark. I shove my feet in my shoes, and I get dressed or whatever, right? Put my feet in my shoes, and I feel like my sock kind of bunched up, and I'm like, oh, what the heck? So I kind of like wiggle my sock around to like fix it, and so then it's like fine, I guess. And so I like head to the church. I'm kind of walking in there. It's sleepy. We do the prayer thing, and it's good. It's a good time, but I'm tired, obviously. So work doesn't start for another like couple hours after it's done, and so I go home to help Meredith with another feeding, and then get ready to go back to work. So I take off my shoes when I get home, and when I look in my shoe, there are little legs.
Yeah, your
in
wife
my
told me
shoe.
the story yesterday.
Oh,
Your
I-
baby
dang
was
it.
in your shoe.
But I forgot.
There are little insect legs, little hairy insect legs. I had stepped into my shoe, and killed a roach with my foot.
Oh, you like shoved it in there. 'Cause
So
you,
yeah, I felt it like be kind of bunched up. I thought it was my sock, so I wiggled my foot to like.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
You
so
didn't
I-
feel like the crunch or the squish?
No, I didn't hear any of that. Right? I mean, I was kind of groggy, so maybe I just missed it. But so I pulled my foot out. My shoes got legs in it, and then on my sock, stuck to my sock, is just like bug guts and shell. And
So
stuff.
was this
exoskeleton.
was this like one of the German cockroaches or one of the tree roaches?
It was like in between. I don't know. It wasn't a big tree roach like Texas tree roach,
but
or
like one
whatever.
of the big house
But like a
roaches.
bigger one,
Yeah.
kind of whatever the in between one is. It was
I
one
don't
of
know.
those. So it wasn't one of the tiny ones.
Yeah.
It was like good size.
Because
It was
like
a
the
thick
big
boy.
tree roaches that we have here in Texas, like there's no way you
Monstrosities.
miss that if you step on it.
I mean,
right? Like
I might have, dude.
they've got like a hard shell, like a
Well, I would have thought the one that I had, like if I had just stepped on it normally, I would have expected a crunch out of him,
Yeah.
but I didn't hear a peep,
He
So
said,
he's
"Beep,
screaming.
beep."
He's screaming in there. Yeah. Wait, please.
What are we doing to Gwitty? Stop.
Family. I have twins. Exactly. But so that's my quick story. Meredith was like disgusted. Like
Yeah.
she was so grossed out
Aubrey
for
probably
me.
wouldn't touch me for a whole day. she probably wouldn't.
He's moving.
I don't
She's
blame
moving
her.
out.
Like-
Oh my gosh.
Cut the foot off. Go buy a new one.
I wasn't barefoot. I had my socks on.
right.
so-
That would have been even worse.
I was gonna
way
ask,
worse. Like it was in a sandal or something.
Ugh.
I was gonna ask, if you guys see a roach and you're barefoot at home, will you step on it with your bare foot?
Ooh, no way.
I
you
need
do
you.
that?
I need you to answer. No. Oh,
Reid.
are you like purposefully?
You menace. You
What?
won't step on the sand in your bare feet and you're going to
I will.
squish a
No,
roach
I will.
with your
I'll-
toes?
No, not with my toes.
He
Just
said
like
the big toe.
SpongeBob.
hold it, Mister Big Toe.
You
Oh my
won't.
gosh.
I
walk
will.
bare-
No, I will walk barefoot on the beach, but I don't want to put my dirty feet back in my socks.
So you'll put your big old feet on a dirty roach and smush it.
yeah, and then I'll go clean my foot.
Oh my
But
gosh.
if I don't kill it right there, it's gonna disappear. It's gonna escape.
So there's the question. Is it ball of your foot or is it heel?
oh, ball. Yeah.
I guess you got more control that way.
Right.
But like,
But
that's so
more
bold,
surface
man.
of the foot for it to like.
Yeah,
like,
dude.
squish
No, it's like
out.
the big knuckle. right
Yeah,
here. It's
yeah,
like this
it's like
knuckle right
here,
here. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
with your
dude.
bunion. You,
I would
no, the bottom.
I would
obviously,
sooner
yeah.
put up a fist. I'm not lying. I'm not lying.
What fuck?
No, I'm not lying. I would like I just like a hammer fist kind of
Yeah.
thing.
Wind
Oh,
it up.
I
Just
thought you
like
were
bring it down.
I'm throwing hands at this roach.
Oh my
Duke's up on this roach.
Hey, you're not welcome here, man.
Reid,
Better get lost.
I am looking at you in such a different light because you would How often do you do this? On
That's
a
so intense, man. That's pretty gross.
I mean, once a month.
I guess I would do it with my hands. How do you feel about that? That doesn't.
no.
Have you ever picked up a roach in a paper, like a napkin and squished it?
No. Here's what we do in
You've
my
never
house.
done that?
And squished it?
Yeah, I mean, you got to like scoop it up and kind of get it good.
No. Here's how
Have
it
you ever
happened.
dropped an elbow on a roach?
RKO out of nowhere.
No. So at my house, I will squish it, but my roommate has to pick it up. And that's the deal.
So what's your process of squishing?
So I am apparently messy. What? And I leave shoes lots of places.
Oh, cool. Yeah, yeah.
And so there's just always a shoe handy.
So you got a shoe nearby, pretty much
Yeah.
at all times.
Yeah.
Emergency shoe.
yeah, emergent shoe.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Good.
Trademark.
I did. I called it dibs.
So
You guys are always trying to trademark stuff.
Look, I'm trying to get rich. Okay, this is why I did the podcast.
we just talked about
This-
equipment we need to buy.
exactly.
Everybody use the word.
Guys, use the code. Yeah, right.
So I will like.
Affiliate links. That's what I meant. Sorry.
It's like we don't have a code. We don't have a partnership.
That was only like half a thought. I just like threw it out there.
Just give us money.
So you squish it with the shoe you have
yeah.
handy.
Yeah.
Okay.
And like I have pretty good accuracy for that because
So you're going long range.
Because you're Hispanic.
What?
The chancla
style.
throw.
Yeah, okay. Don't act like it's not true, though.
Yeah, so
That's true. Grandma could marksman a
Roach.
sharpshooter.
like, genetically like,
Yeah, just across the room.
yeah, if it's like really high up, I will throw.
Okay.
But typically I will climb whatever furniture I need to get to it and like make sure it's dead.
Another question. Are you hand and shoe, like flat
No.
against the thing?
What
or
are
like
these
whacking
que-
shoe?
Yeah.
No, I'm
Kinda
definitely hand and shoe.
See? I'm not saying I do it, but I'm like aware of it.
But
No,
the
I'm
shoe
definitely-
is so he don't matter. He squishes it with his bare feet.
Yeah, it's a good point. Man. I mean, that's wild.
But no, like if I'm holding the shoe and it's higher up, then I have longer range than if my
Right,
hands
right.
the shoe.
Yeah, that's fair.
Or if it's like down on the ground, like I can just get it real good. But the rule in my house is you have to flush the roach.
Right, yeah.
Because we have literally seen, like
Stop.
we
Why? Why?
Crawling
is-
back out
I'm
of the
gonna
trash
keep-
can.
we've like smushed it on the carpet, and it's like
Oh,
pretty
it's 'cause
flat,
it's carpet.
pretty flat carpet. And at this point, like it was deep in the summer, and we needed pest control to come out. Like it was just we saw like 3 in our living room. It was a lot, and we killed this one. And I was like, forget it. We were gonna go get like milkshakes from Sonic or whatever. I said, let's just go. We do it, squish it, and I'm like, forget it, leave the house. I'm not picking it up right now. My roommate stands there and watches it, and I'm like, what? And her eyes get real big. And I was like, what is it? And she was like, like her jaw drops, and I'm like, I need you to say words. And she's just like watching it, and she's like, it literally came back to life, rolled itself over, and went behind the shelf. And I'm like, why did you not step on it?
Why'd
have
you just
shoes
stare
on.
at it?
She's like, I couldn't. And that's when the rule was like, I will make sure it's dead. You have to pick it up and flush it.
Yeah.
Because of that moment, it came back to life.
Yeah. Roaches are just like, I don't
Built
know. They're
different.
like zombies or like they're indestructible or something. 'Cause, I mean, they're not indestructible, but
Right.
like,
Nukes, right?
yeah, they're supposed to survive nukes. You know, it's wild. But yeah, if you can flush a roach, that's the best option. But you know, I'll throw a roach in a trash can. It is what it is.
So I'm pretty sure.
But
I've told
usually
this-
I'm like, like I crush that thing, right? I mean, like you
Yeah.
scoop it up and
Yeah,
you're
yeah,
like,
yeah.
oh, you're
oh yeah,
dead.
you smack it and then you scoop it and squish.
Yeah.
just to make sure.
We're just
See,
built
I don't know
different.
about the fingers. You know, I feel like
Right, you
in my,
feel.
in my like.
I want to
fist.
feel the like a
But
boba
see,
ball
Reid's on another level.
and pop it in your mouth. I'm just kidding.
Reid's on another level, though.
Meredith
So-
will intentionally like cover her ears to not hear the
Uh-huh.
pop or like the crunch. Like
Yeah.
that, she can't handle it. It grosses her out.
You said that roach story. It was on the carpet.
Yeah.
I might have still told the story before, but when I was living in the apartment on Memorial, there was a roach in my room, and we sound really gross because like we all have to deal with these
Roaches,
roaches.
yeah.
We're just
But
in
it's just
Texas.
Texas.
It's
like
Texas.
Yeah.
There's
they're
roaches
everywhere.
in this
Yeah.
season. Yeah, it happens.
That's a good point. We have people that listen.
Yeah,
that are not
okay.
in Texas.
It
We're not
happens.
dirty.
yeah, there's just roaches everywhere. Like they live everywhere.
Yeah.
We're gonna,
Co-inhabitate.
exterminate or whatever.
Co-
You
co-
bomb the house with
You
your
try.
little- your chemicals.
You can try all you want.
It's a good point. Yeah. They come
Anyway,
back.
so I had a roach in my room on the carpet, and so I was like, okay, obviously you can't squish it on the carpet because it just bounces, right? So I had 2 shoes, and I was squished them.
Kind of like
Yeah,
kinda
smacked.
Scoop it a little
Yeah,
bit and
yeah. The problem is, I'm gonna let Liz finish drinking here because
oh, no.
I squished it together and like I smacked it good, but then it exploded onto my face. It seriously squished it squirted onto my face, and I had to go to the bathroom and like wash my whole face.
No, it did not.
Yes, it was disgusting.
I showered for 3 days straight.
For 3 days.
Oh my gosh, that's so nasty.
Yeah, it was extremely disgusting.
Yeah. I was just thinking maybe it like ran to you, but then when you said you
I got it
smacked it.
Oh,
yeah,
I
that
got
was
it.
Oh my gosh.
all over me.
brutal,
Oh,
dude. That's
Lord.
that's intense.
It was
dude.
gross.
Yeah. I mean, I thought my shoe story was gross, but that wins. I was like, I remember pulling my foot out of the shoe, kind of seeing the aftermath and going, man, I will tell the story forever. This is
Several
great.
hours.
This is so great. This is so good. And you already won up my shoe story.
Sorry.
So
Dang.
thanks, Reid.
Thanks a lot, Reid. It's
You're
okay.
welcome.
That's all right. This is what the podcast is for.
One-upsmanship.
Can we
Exactly.
not talk about roaches anymore? That one just like the bare feet and then now on his face. He just did me in. I feel like
That's so disgusting.
I bet
It's
I feel
so
like
gross.
the next time I like go on a date with a guy, I'm gonna ask him, how do you
you
kill
handle a roach?
Let's say you're
Because if he
barefoot.
said-
Let's
if
say
he
you're
says
barefoot. You see a roach.
I'm gonna be like, thank you so much, and then leave.
That's a scenario.
Here's $10 for dinner. I'm out.
Questionnaire. Okay. You're barefoot in the kitchen. You see a roach. What do you
What
do?
do you do?
Is it on the floor? Is it on the ceiling? Is it on the wall? You know, these are important distinctions. So,
Gosh.
what do y'all do with spiders? How do y'all feel about spiders?
I'm fine with spiders. Most of
Like
them
you
are
just
pretty
hang out with
small.
them? Like,
Yeah, we
like-
chill and watch Stranger Things together. They really
Okay.
like that one.
yeah, you know, it's kind of like a spider-like creature
Mm-hmm.
there, you know? So it feels like, and he's the bad guy. So it kind of feels,
Right.
Right. So then I teach them lessons like,
oh, okay.
hey, don't do
like,
that.
hey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Spiders can be good guys.
I mean, they kind of can be, though. Like, they eat
mosquitoes.
the mosquitoes, yeah.
Yeah, it's
flies
crazy.
and stuff.
My wife is terrified of cockroaches,
Mm-hmm.
and she will just let a spider live in the corner forever.
Yeah, she's like anti-kill the spiders.
Yeah,
she's
like-
like, no, he's good.
If a spider is in the corner, she's like, no, leave it alone. That's a corner spider. But if there's a spider like free roaming the house, she's like, I need you to scoop it and throw it in the backyard.
Yeah.
Like you don't kill spiders because they help take care of like other insects. But
Kinda true.
Murder every cockroach
Yeah.
you find.
So I'm pretty sure I've mentioned this. I worked at a pest control company in
that's
accounting and
right.
customer service years ago.
Really?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
years ago.
We've even talked about this on the podcast.
I don't
yeah.
think
I'm
so.
pretty,
Yeah,
I'm
no.
pretty positive. Yeah.
It was early.
No,
It was
I
an
don't
early
think so.
episode.
That didn't happen.
Could have been
You're,
lost
you're
tapes.
basically a different person now. I mean, life is just comes at you so fast.
Yeah,
you
I'm a
know?
father now.
Zigro.
Wait, that's you. Sorry.
Oh wait. Get your role right.
And so I know too much about bugs. Like my desk, I would receive calls. And so I had to have this like huge chart next to my desk of different types of bugs. What? Oh, you were about to say something. And so
Just keep telling your story.
and so it was like the most disgusting sight. But I did learn like, the kind of the purpose of each different type of insect. They all had like some sort of purpose. Like
Did
they,
like the Lord kind of distribute that information to them, or how did that work exactly? God came down. He gave him a vision. And was like, "This is why cockroaches."
Yeah,
This is
No.
why.
please tell me why do cockroaches exist?
Yeah, yeah.
No, they like so each insect like had a job, you
Yeah,
know?
no, I'm
like
asking you.
Interesting. So what is it?
the one that did not have a job was a freaking roach.
Interesting.
And so then I settled it in my mind. Roaches are a part of the fall.
Oh,
the fall of
so
man.
it's sin.
It's sin.
A roach is the embodiment of sin. Wow. Dang.
That's what I've made in my own brain.
I mean, they're like a beetle, right? Roaches are beetles.
So roaches
Honestly.
feed upon decaying organic matter, leaf litter, and wood. This material traps a lot of atmospheric nitrogen in them, and when cockroaches feed upon them, they release the trapped nitrogen into the soil through their feces. And then plants and trees take
Yeah,
that
that's good for-
nitrogen and it helps them grow.
I was gonna say that's really good for
Yeah.
the like grass and
Soil that's high in nitrogen is good for
Right.
growth.
plants.
but like a lot of indoor stuff, like when people talk about spiders, like, well, the mosquitoes and the flies, and they
Are
handle all that
corner
stuff.
spiders like a specific delineation on that chart
It is I can't.
category? Like a
I
specific
was gonna
category?
make a joke, and I just
Look at
can't.
that
With it.
Yeah, I can't do it
It's a
anymore.
little cartoon.
He's so cute.
roach.
Wow.
How
That's
could you not
gross.
like that guy? You
They
could
don't
watch
look
that
like
guy
that.
in A Bug's Life.
That's propaganda right there. That's roach propaganda. They are not that cute.
Cockroaches are decomposers. Cockroaches reduce
Decompose
chemical
somewhere else,
pesticides.
man.
They provide
Decompose.
food, fertilize plants, control populations like human ones. They pollinate some flowers and they eat waste.
I will say when I was in Belize for a mission trip, the size of roaches there was
Teeny tiny. Yeah.
astronomical.
Oh, they're
no,
bigger?
they were huge.
Oh, really?
Bigger than like our tree spider or tree roaches.
Tree roaches, yeah.
Because most people, I feel like, at least in the U.S., come to Texas and they're like, the roaches here are huge. I've never seen a roach that big. They're like bigger there?
I'm in Belize, yeah. Like
Wow.
I feel like every
Every bug.
insect I saw was like much bigger.
A giant leaf cockroach from Belize.
How big is it? Like a leaf size?
Let me find out.
What kind of leaf?
Magnolia,
Magnolia, oak,
So this
pine.
pine.
this is the
Do they
website
have leaves?
I was just like, do they have leaves?
I don't think they count as leaves.
from the website whatsthatbug.com.
What's that bug?
I saw this large, over 3 inches, probably closer to 4-inch bug on my windowsill at night.
Oh my gosh.
This is the picture. So yeah, it's basically the response. Hi Cindy, what a magnificent cockroach you've encountered.
Oh no.
Of the thousands of species of cockroaches in the world, very few are known to infest human dwellings, and this is definitely a benign species.
Oh my
We hope
gosh.
to be able to provide a species identification with some additional research.
Ugh.
I believe
Y'all don't
this
wanna
is
see
a
this
peppered
picture, I
cockroach.
promise.
Giant Peruvian or giant leaf cockroach.
Sickening.
Yeah, that thing is enormous.
The,
You know, we
trigger-
said,
this is
hey, let's
late,
stop
but-
talking about cockroaches,
Yeah.
and then we just kept.
This is
doing
late,
it.
but like trigger warning. So sorry.
Oh yeah, I came back and we went nose
Straight
deep
in.
into the trigger
Yeah.
warning.
You know, I think I've
style.
seen these at the zoo, the Houston Zoo. I think they have like
Oh,
these
you're probably
cockroaches.
right.
Oh, they
They
might.
definitely have the Madagascar ones. Those are so
Yeah.
cool.
The hissing
The
ones.
hissing ones.
Oh, that's probably what it is. The hissing
Those
Madagascar
are so cool.
cockroaches.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, they're kind of cool.
Take Reid's shoe off and he'll step on him in
It's
a
like, you know,
heartbeat.
it's like your own personal plate of fajitas all the time. You
Reid.
know,
What's that? Right there. Does that
they're
offend
like,
you?
Does it offend me?
Yeah.
He's showing me a Madagascar hissing cockroach.
I just wondered if you'd like freak out.
they're kind of cool.
I mean, I can
I mean, they're
look
gross
at
looking.
them.
I
If-
don't want one.
If they're right here in front of me, I would be very offended at its existence. Bless you.
Oh man,
Thank you.
Way to
But
go.
I don't care if I look at pictures of. I mean, I don't sit and scroll like Google images of.
Google
Man, I love to in my free time just sit there and look at pictures of cockroaches.
pictures of roaches. Yeah, my brother. You know, I referenced spiders a little while
I
ago.
was
My
thinking about
brother
that.
specifically is so terrified of spiders. And you know, speaking of like pictures, you
Yeah.
know, like he hates even more than like a real spider, seeing a spider up close. You know, like up close, like in a picture, terrifying. Oh, that's very mean. Like, so I'd mess with him all the time, but he's like actually terrified of spiders. Like, he won't play this game that we play on the computer where you're like a small person. It's like Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, the game.
Right. It's called Grounded.
It's called Grounded. There's giant, you know, spiders, so they're
Yeah.
giant. You know, you're small, and so he won't play the game because they're in the game.
So if I at work, if I'm there before him and I take his work laptop and I change the background to a
That's messed
spider,
up.
That would be so mean. Like,
So-
actually mean. Like, actually, I think he would probably leave. Like, I'm dead serious. I'm dead serious. He probably would not work that night.
I knew he was afraid of
he's like,
spiders.
I'm done.
No, I
I'm done."
swear, he would probably go.
I knew he was afraid of spiders because of Grounded, but I didn't know it was like bad. So I just like pulled up a picture on my phone the other night at dinner, and I was just like, "Hey Jake, look at this," and he was like, "Oh, dude, what? Get it away from me!"
No.
Like he was actually like freaking out.
Yeah,
It's like,
we took a picture. Again, this is very mean, but because he's really scared. So there was a big spider in our house a while back, and so we took a picture of it. And you know how on iPhone you can send things with like invisible ink, and so like you have to touch it to reveal what it is. So we sent the picture of the giant spider from our house to Jacob with the invisible ink, and so he had to like touch it to reveal it. So he said he threw his phone across the room.
I have never done that before. Invisible
my-
ink.
Yeah, it's
It's
it
really
like
fun.
it. You know, it shows like a little like
It's like
blur.
staticky over, and
It's
so
like
you,
blur
you
and
touch
staticky.
it and like wave your finger
I've
over it.
never seen that
yeah,
feature
give it a
before.
try.
It's
Learn like an Apple feature from like 5 years ago. Come on, Reid.
Wow.
wow. Get with the times.
Get on TikTok.
Very
Get your
rude.
invisible ink on, and
Catch me on TikTok doing the gritty.
oh gosh,
How
you
about
said
that?
it wrong. You said it wrong.
The gwitty.
The gwitty.
Which
Well,
button
thanks
do
a
I
lot
press?
for joining us this week. Were you gonna do the same thing?
It's like freaking
I'm
drums.
done. I'm done with this gwitty stuff. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for having me back. It's good to be back.
We'll see if you're back next week.
Ooh, yeah, maybe not.